I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. Make sure you are doing what God wants you to do, then do it with all your strength. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Individuals entering into society must give up a share of liberty to preserve the rest. Be not glad at the misfortune of another, though he may be your enemy. We should not look back, unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. To persevere in one's duty, and be silent, is the best answer to calumny. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak, and esteem to all. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. We must consult our means, rather than our wishes. To encourage literature and the arts is a duty which every good citizen owes to his country. I conceive a knowledge of books is the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. If we desire to avoid insult, we must be able to repel it. If we desire to secure peace, one of the most powerful instruments of our rising prosperity, it must be known that we are at all times ready for war. As mankind becomes more liberal, they will be more apt to allow that all those who conduct themselves as worthy members of the community are equally entitled to the protections of civil government. I hope ever to see America among the foremost nations of justice and liberality. The turning points of lives are not the great moments. The real crises are often concealed in occurrences so trivial in appearance that they pass unobserved. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind than on the externals in the world. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. A sensible woman can never be happy with a fool. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Let us therefore animate and encourage each other, and show the whole world that a freeman, contending for liberty on his own ground, is superior to any slavish mercenary on earth. Associate yourself with men of good quality, if you esteem your own reputation, for 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. There is nothing which can better deserve our patronage than the promotion of science and literature. Knowledge is in every country the surest basis of public happiness. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. A free people ought not only to be armed, but disciplined, to which end a uniform and well-digested plan is requisite, and their safety and interest require that they should promote such manufactories as tend to render them independent of others for essential, particularly military supplies. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried, before you give them your confidence. True friendship is a plant of slow growth, and must undergo and withstand the shocks of adversity, before it is entitled to appellation. But, lest some unlucky event should happen unfavorable to my reputation, I beg it may be remembered by every gentleman in the room, that I this day declare with the utmost sincerity, I do not think myself equal to the command I am honored with. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am, I owe to my mother. I attribute my success in life to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from her. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep, to the slaughter. It is better to be alone than in bad company. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried, before you give them your confidence. The value of liberty was thus enhanced in our estimation by the difficulty of its attainment, and the worth of characters appreciated by the trial of adversity. If we desire to avoid insult, we must be able to repel it. If we desire to secure peace, one of the most powerful instruments of our rising prosperity, it must be known that we are at all times ready for war. Leave nothing for tomorrow which can be done today. Associate with men of good quality, if you esteem your own reputation.